just tell them to tune in to loveyoudetroit.com.
Yeah, well, it's eventually going to be there, but for now, well, yes, you can. LoveYouDetroit.com. Yes, LoveYouDetroit.com. We're eventually, use that for now because I'm going to redirect my YouTube channel and my links to. If you type that in, they'll find it eventually. But it's so new. Right now, we have it going up. We're uploading the audio onto YouTube right now, which is YouTube.com Hip Hop U Detroit. But it's going to eventually, everything is just going to be synchronized. Everything's going to be Love You Detroit. We have a website right now. If you want to go to it, loveyoudetroit.com, you can see it.
Yeah, we're going to promote you guys too. This is
cool. Awesome. So are we recording? Okay, here we are. Okay, test. We are good. Here, 1 second. We are at the Love You Detroit podcast, and today is Friday, March 9th, 2018. And my name is Harry Artin Barbarian, and today we have in our studio, is it Les Molnar?
Yeah, Les Molnar.
Okay, great. Okay, so hold on one moment. I'm still working out the technical aspects of everything here. I'm gonna introduce everyone. Welcome to LoveYouDetroit.com. We're a positive Detroit-based enterprise, and we promote all things Detroit, and we can be found at either Love You Detroit, like it's spelled phonetically, .com, or we're also, our real true brand is LUVU Detroit.com. And, my friend Shannon, the other day, maybe about a week or two ago, we had the great fortune of eating at a very eclectic and interestingly named restaurant called Fist of Curry, and I thought it was cute because I had heard of like Fist of Fury or whatever and things like that, and I thought it was really cute. So today's guest we have the very special Les Molnar of Fist of Curry. So Les, welcome to the Love You Detroit podcast. Please tell us about yourself.
Thanks for having me, Harry. Appreciate being on.
Mm-hmm.
Just born and raised Detroit guy. Helped open Green Dot Stables, Giant Noodle King, and Huron Room. And then we flipped over Huron Room just recently and changed the entire concept to Fist of Curry.
Got you. So, and by the way, feel free to, we can videotape this. We can do, in fact, sometimes I like to videotape it just to have like a backup, just to have like a nice sort of, so here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to videotape us as well. Okay, and I'm going to let in my guest for 1 second. My other guest, Rob. All right, Rob. All right, come on in. And you can sit here, Rob, and you put on the. This is Les. This is Rob. Yes, we're having fun here at the Love You Detroit podcast. We've got Rob. What's your last name again? Hurse, right. Hurse of Standard Detroit. He has is it a fashion line or it's a brand? It's a new brand in Detroit, just like Detroit versus everybody and my 313 Believe idea. We got Standard Detroit. I think it's really cool. And here I'm gonna videotape this. So here we go. We are being videotaped as well. You have your headphones on. I'm also going to say hi to Rob as well. So hold on for a second. Hey, Rob. He's laughing. So welcome to Love You Detroit. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and I'm going to go right back to our interview with Les Molnar of Fist of Curry.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm Robert Hurse, and my brand is the Standard Detroit. We're the new standard for fashion in Detroit. Our goal is to encompass the city style as a whole. Like, the different neighborhoods, people dress different from Corktown to downtown, from Midtown to Eastern Market. So, that's what the Standard Detroit is.
Nice.
Awesome. And how long has Standard Detroit been around?
Well, it's been an idea in my head for a while. But,
right.
I really just launched all my stuff here in the last 2 months. So
awesome.
Really, drilling it down, trying to get it going. So I'm basically still a startup. So, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so now Les, we're going to get back to you, Rob. But so Les, as I adjust my camera, tell me a little bit more about yourself. See, there you can see yourself. Tell me a little bit. How did you come up with Fist of Curry, the restaurant? Rob doesn't know about it yet. I have a feeling Rob is going to know about it
very soon.
But tell me about how it all kind of started and all that good stuff.
Everything we do at In-Laws Hospitality is collaborative.
Wait. Which hospitality?
In-Laws.
No, what is In-Laws Hospitality?
In-Laws Hospitality is the name of our restaurant group. Mm-hmm. It's myself, Jacques and Christine Driscoll, and my wife, Jessica.
Okay.
And we're all in-laws. So that's kind of where that came from. You know, sometimes inviting your in-laws over is a good thing. Sometimes it's not.
Wait,
it almost either way.
It almost sounds like Lowry's or something like that. Like, but is it going to be a huge? What is your vision for this company? Like, what are you trying to do?
You know, we try to just go halvesies on happiness with people.
like
we get as much happiness out of providing good food, good atmosphere, good drinks at an affordable price.
Okay, cool.
You know, as much as we love fine dining too. I mean, everybody's got to eat, so. That's the beauty of Green Dot, Johnny Noodle King, and now the Fist of Curry.
So you have 3 restaurants.
We do one in Lansing currently as well, Green Dot Stables out there.
So how in the heck are you able to manage a restaurant in Lansing at the same time as
you drive a lot?
So 2 restaurants in Detroit and 1 in Lansing.
Yep.
And so did you start in Lansing? Is that what happened?
No, we started here in Detroit, Green Dot Stables in 2012. We opened up. And it's kind of weird. It was a little bit of a dream come true. I'm a native Detroiter from Delray.
Mm-hmm. I know Delray. Delray is kind of like, isn't that kind of like a, I don't want to say sketchy, but
no, it's 100% sketchy.
It's very sketchy. Like the first time I had heard of Delray was some reference in an Insane Clown Posse rap song. I don't know if you ever heard that song.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
It's called Fuck. Well, I promised Rob I wouldn't swear, but it's called F the World.
Okay.
And they mentioned some guy who controls like some sort of like lock or Sioux or like some sort of bridge at the Delray Bridge or something, and then he's cursing him out. He's referencing him, and by the way, F that guy who runs that thing at the Delray Bridge or something. Do you understand even what they're talking about?
I do. I know that bridge. I don't know that guy though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I grew up there. I didn't finish living there. My parents and I moved downriver.
Okay.
After that.
Where in downriver?
Allen Park.
Okay.
Oh, that's not far from me. I'm from Monroe.
Oh, nice.
Perfect.
A little Monroe action.
Monroe, that's right.
And then fast forward through my adolescence, and I left Metro Detroit to go to Chicago for culinary school.
Cool.
And then came back after about 4 years of kind of working and finding my lane out there.
Right.
I was planning on just coming to see family and then possibly move to another city to further the culinary aspirations, but met Jacques and Christine and Jessica.
Where'd you meet them?
We met through a mutual friend. A guy that I met in Chicago happened to be a native guy from Michigan, and he was friends with Jacques, and then I made friends with him in Chicago, and we both kind of got similar phone calls of like, hey, this guy's wanting to do something. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I was 26 at the time. I didn't think anything of it.
Yeah, because you're pretty young. How old are you now? You're pretty young.
33.
33. And you already have 3 restaurants?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You're on a tear. So, but your background...
No rest for the wicked.
No rest for the wicked. Exactly. So you're wickedly delicious, wickedly good. So basically, you went to... Do you feel like you really came into your own at the culinary school in Chicago? Is that where you really feel like you completely blossomed or whatever?
I do. I think culinary school taught me how to cook, but my love for food... definitely came from my family. Love,
Are you what?
Eastern European background?
Eastern European,
Polish and Hungarian.
Bulgarian, right?
Yeah.
You like paprikash?
Oh yeah, the Rhapsody down in Southgate. It's a great restaurant.
Yeah, I've never heard of it, but that sounds good.
But yeah,
is it spicy? Are you like a fan of spicy food?
Oh, I love spicy food, but yeah, I didn't grow up on that.
What do you think of spicy food, Rob? Do you like spicy? I love spicy.
Of course, I love
spice
spicy
of life.
Food.
Yeah.
But on Green Dot, when you guys put the gravy on the French fries,
the poutine.
Oh my God, bring that!
Wait! You know Green Dot in Lansing?
No,
in Detroit.
In Detroit.
Green
I bring
Dot.
all my friends.
But wait,
there.
but what's the name of the
So,
place in Lansing? It's
Lansing
also
is-
called Green Dot?
Yeah, it's a second location.
Oh, so you already
Yeah.
know. You're already a
Yeah.
fan of his restaurant.
Oh my God, those fries with that gravy on there! I was
yeah.
like licking the little.
That makes
It
me
was
happy.
so freaking
Nice.
good.
It's basically Canadian chili cheese fries.
Oh, I
Yeah.
loved it. It was
Yep.
everything.
So it's better than poutine?
It is poutine. It's chicken and beef gravy with fresh cheese curds over it. But
I'm a fan of poutine and other things, but I've had poutine the first time in Montreal.
oh, that's the place.
That's the place
to get it.
I read it
Went to
somewhere
the
that
source.
Yeah, that I was supposed to try it in Montreal, and I did. I thought it was pretty damn good. So what is it called again at the Green Dot?
Poutine.
But it's called poutine, but it's a special kind of poutine that's like it's your own poutine.
Yeah, I think
style.
it's. I think we call it like lait poutine or la poutine. I can't remember right now. Shame on me. But yeah,
Nope, the fries with the gravy.
yeah.
Yes.
Just get the fries with the gravy. They'll know what you're talking about.
It was
They'll
everything.
hook your life up.
Had you had poutine before, Rob?
No, that was my first time.
Damn,
Literally.
So you had his proprietary poutine.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
And that makes me feel great hearing that because that was kind of the motivation
You already have a fan.
for what we do at Green Dot with $2 and $3 things. Is for $2 and $3 you can try something that maybe you've never had before, and whether you like it or not, it's up to you. But it's at least you're not breaking the bank going out on a limb.
Right.
And the food's really, really
Thank you.
good.
We
and
try.
Nice and
Yep.
just it's everything. It's so great.
The only reason why I know about Fist of Curry is, and the only reason why I know about Rob, and the only reason why I know about Foundation Hotel is because of my friend Shannon. That's the common denominator
Where's
here.
Shannon at? Where's she at?
Yeah, she has a job.
Okay.
Unlike us, we're all entrepreneurs. She works for the man Dan Gilbert. You may have heard of him.
I heard he's a thing here.
He runs this
Yeah.
town. Shh. Well, yeah, that's right. She doesn't like it that I mentioned that she works at this place starting with a Q.
Yeah.
But we'll keep that under wraps.
Hey,
So
man,
maybe you can
they're-
figure it
they're
out
doing-
by the end of
they're
the
doing
show.
great things for the city.
They are.
So it's
I'm a big fan.
Really brightening it up down here.
In fact, I have a song, "Love You Detroit," and that's kind of named after this podcast is named after that song, and we reference DG of that place that starts with a Q. And so, yeah, that's the common denominator. And she's supposed to be coming out of work around 4 or something.
Okay.
So I don't know what your guys' schedule is. I don't even know what my schedule is. I need more coffee, and then I'll figure out what my schedule is. So I'll be honest with you, though. The first time I went to this Fist of Curry, I wasn't even hungry. I think I'd already eaten, and I just sort of sampled something that Shannon was eating, and I loved it. And I liked it. It was very eclectic. I like weird, different stuff. And then she had taken me to some other place, some Vietnamese place in Detroit.
Flowers of Vietnam.
I want to say it was Flowers of Vietnam.
Was
She
it in
keeps
Southwest?
yapping away about Flowers of Vietnam.
Yeah.
She said it many. I think that's where we went.
It's probably that place.
It was like a small little place,
Yeah.
and it was really good.
Just opened.
We had this incredible fish.
Heard great things about it.
Yeah. So what are some of your favorite restaurants, like growing up or in Detroit? I mean, is Detroit really truly known for its culinary history, except for like the Coney Island?
Well, I think a lot like fashion too. I think it's on the come up. I think what the groundwork that's been laid here
Right.
is strong. It just needs time.
Yeah.
It needs people to, kind of further that.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are with me with Love You Detroit, Rob with his standard Detroit fashion brand line, you with all your restaurants. I mean, you're really truly like almost like when the early settlers came to Detroit.
Yeah.
I mean, we're really literally creating Detroit from scratch
Yeah.
again, and now we're making it like a cool hip.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this Foundation Hotel
Really,
and restaurant.
I think that more that we're embracing Detroit for what it already was,
Yeah.
and just really
Okay, good
putting
point.
it on the forefront and showing that people are really passionate about some things that you're really passionate about,
Yeah.
and doing a great job at it.
I agree with that. I think
That is a good point.
too. I think being born and slightly raised here. I'll say slightly because we moved out at a certain point, but I do feel connected. My dad worked down at the Renaissance Center for 40 years. Mm-hmm. I was never
Really
taught,
doing what?
He was an HVAC mechanic.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about that.
engineer kind of
Sure.
guy.
Heating, cooling.
My mom was a hairdresser.
Cool.
So I knew I was going to work with my hands at some point in my
Mm-hmm.
life. I just didn't know what. And then cooking kind of became that avenue for me. But yeah, I was never taught to be afraid. I was always taught to embrace Detroit and love Detroit and
Really?
find the good and the bad.
Because
know?
I mean, I'll just be blunt. I
Yeah.
love you, Detroit. A lot of white people were afraid of Detroit.
Totally.
I mean, I'm 51. I was I grew up in Southfield in 1971, and the stories that I would just hear from my parents or my grandparents was, "Oh, Detroit was once good, and now it's all scary and crime-ridden, and it's best to be avoided and lock your doors when you go down." It was always something
since the 80s.
Right, but I've been going back and forth because I'm a comedian and I've been, hanging out in Detroit for years. But now it's so weird.